Alright, welcome to our very first video on the channel. We're starting off with a full basement bedroom remodel. And this is also our first time ever doing drywall work.
Gosh, we gotta get it in between the walls! Dog, you're damaging it!
I don't know what you're talking about.
We're removing this old drop ceiling for two main reasons. Number one, it's ugly. And number two, I want to learn how to actually finish drywall the right way.
That's what I'm talking about!
The first thing I did was remove the light bulbs from the recessed fixtures and just let the cans hang down. I wasn't disconnecting anything yet. This just gets them out of the way and gives me room to take down the ceiling. Next, I started removing the ceiling panels. Instead of taking all the tiles down first, I pulled out the tiles and the cross members as I worked across the room. It keeps everything cleaner and makes the whole ceiling system come down more smoothly. Once the panels and most of the grid were out, I tackled the big fluorescent lights. I took them apart piece by piece so they were easier to lower. And yeah, I arced the wire because I thought the power was off. Spoiler, it wasn't. So check your breaker twice.
Woo!
After the fluorescent lights were gone, I finished removing the last cross members and the long pieces that were tied up to the joists. These were wired in pretty tight, so it took a little patience to get everything loose without bending it into pretzels.
Before I did anything else, I had to deal with a pipe that was going to be a problem later. The pipe feeds the hose bib to the front of the house, and it has a shutoff valve that was hanging down lower than where the drywall would sit. If I didn't fix it now, I would have been forced to build a bulkhead around it just to handle it, and I'm trying to avoid unnecessary bulkheads wherever I can. All I had to do was move the clips holding the pipe up higher. Once I shifted the clips, I grabbed a level and checked across the bottom of the joist to make sure the pipe, and especially the shutoff valve, was sitting above the drywall plane. After that, I marked the pipe's location on the drywall next to it, so I'd remember exactly where the location is.
Now, I went back to the recessed lights. I disconnected each one carefully so I could save as much wire length as possible. When I install the new lighting later, I don't want to be short on wire. Then I pulled down the perimeter metal track that wrapped around the whole room. With that gone, the entire drop ceiling system was officially out. I had a small section of old drywall in the beam that needed to go, so I tore that out, cleaned up the mess, and also removed those old interior wood shutters from the window, just trying to get everything back to a clean slate. Next, I stapled some loose wire up to the joist. Then I built the bulkheads around the area that needed to be dropped down.
We got 19. Let's do 19. Yeah?
And then I also added a nailer on the side of the room where there was no joist to catch the drywall. Moving on to the electrical. I opened the switch box and found out one of the switches was totally dead. Like, wired to nothing.
What the hell?
Instead of replacing the whole box with a 2-gang, I kept the dead switch in place so the cover would fit and everything stayed clean. Alright. All the electrical's good. I installed a new light box in the center of the room, drilled through the joist, ran new wire to it, and locked it in place. This is going to be the main ceiling light once the drywall goes up. Then I measured out the layout for the recessed lighting, drilled all my holes, ran the wire, and ended up adding 2 extra recessed lights to brighten up the room. With everything open, now's the time to upgrade. So, with the drop ceiling gone, the old lights removed, the wiring cleaned up,
They had a dummy switch in there.
the bulkheads built,
I think that's good.
and all the new lighting wired in, the room is officially ready for drywall. And that's where part 2 picks up, hanging the new drywall.
Good?
You're gonna break my end. Stop, my corner. Hurry up, put some screws in.
So hit the like and subscribe button, stick around because the transformation really starts in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Paint it, caulk it, what it ain't, whatever the saying is. Hurry up.
West side, white chicks. West side, white chicks.